Do you know why we still need to get the COVID vaccine even if you've had COVID? If you know the answer, just write the answer in the comments. And while you're writing the answer in the comments, first of all, you know you should get the vaccine, but why? I want you to write if you know. The reason this question came up is I posted a video not long ago about the amount of time you have to wait after getting COVID. Like if you've gotten COVID infection, many of you were asking how long you need to wait after the infection in order to get the vaccine, okay? There was a lot of things running around the internet saying 90 days. Well, it's not actually 90 days. It's actually, you know, once you've kind of completed your quarantine, you've recovered from the illness, etc. Okay. So I did a video on that. And what I realized when I read the comments from that video is a lot of you were saying, wait, why do you even have to get the COVID vaccine if you've gotten COVID? The reason why it's important to still get the COVID vaccine, even if you've gotten COVID infection at some point, is because number one, you can still get COVID again. You can become reinfected. The second reason is we don't know how long you're protected after you get COVID. And we don't know necessarily how strong that protection is. There have been some studies that suggest that maybe your protection lasts 8 months, etc. I don't want you to hold me to that because what I know and what we all know is that research is still evolving. We still have a lot more to learn. So overall, those are the two reasons why it's really important that you get the COVID vaccine, even if you've gotten COVID. So my second question that I'm answering today, and maybe you guys know the answer to this, I would love to know, write in the comments if you know the answer to this question is, do you need to get tested for COVID or tested for COVID antibodies before you get the vaccine? Now, I have a feeling that a lot of you are going to know the answer because many people have already gotten the vaccine thus far. But I'm reading this question because a number of you have asked me in my group, I got the COVID vaccine. You said, hey, do I need to be tested to see if I have COVID before I get the shot? Do I need to be tested to see if I have antibodies after I get the shot? So what do you think? What's the answer to that? According to the CDC, the recommendation, the official recommendation by the CDC is that you do not need to be tested for COVID before getting the vaccine. Okay, so it's an official recommendation that you don't have to be tested. Now, you may get tested if you've been exposed, right? Like that would make sense. Now, I'm not saying in situations where testing is something you should do, like if you get exposed or you come down with symptoms, etc. That's a whole different situation. What I'm talking about is should you be tested for COVID when you're asymptomatic, meaning no symptoms, you've not been exposed to anyone, there's no other reason why you should be tested for COVID other than the fact that you're getting the vaccine and you're wondering if you should. That answer is no, you don't actually have to be tested for COVID. Okay, so before you get it. Now, question number 3. Let's see here. Now this is a scenario that a lot of you guys have asked me about once again in my group called I Got the COVID Vaccine. And actually, this is a scenario that I'm coming across in my office and we're seeing more and more in the news, which is this scenario of someone gets their first COVID vaccine, right? And then they develop COVID in between their first and their second vaccines. Now, first of all, we know that this can happen, right? I mean, theoretically, yes. After one vaccine, you're not fully protected, right? No, you have some protection, but you're not fully protected. It's also possible that you could have become exposed to somebody with COVID before you got your first vaccine, and then it took a few days for it to sort of ramp up in your system, and then you determined you had COVID afterwards. There's a number of situations, right? But your question is that you have been asking me, and my patients actually have been asking me, is this. How long do you need to wait to get your second dose of the COVID vaccine if you get COVID after the first dose? What do you think? What do you think that answer is? Write the answer or write what you think is the answer in the comments. Again, let's say you get the COVID vaccine on March 1st. Let's say you come down with COVID on March 20th. When do you get the second dose? Can you get the second dose? How long do you have to wait? What's the deal with that? So the official answer from the CDC is this, okay? You need to wait until the person has recovered from the acute illness from COVID. What that means is sort of the acute symptoms and the sickness of it. And that person has met criteria to discontinue isolation. Once that has occurred, that person may then actually get the second dose, okay? So yes, it's possible, and you should go ahead and get that second dose of your COVID vaccine once you've met that criteria, even if you've gotten COVID in between. Your doctor should help you figure out the math, right? Because you'll want to know what day this started, what day that started, and do the math and add things up, okay? And figure out what needs to happen and exactly when. But just understand that if you get COVID after your first dose of the vaccine, yes, you should get the second dose, okay? As long as nothing else is precluding you from getting it. But you need to talk to your doctor about the timing and when exactly you're eligible to get that second dose. So those are 3 questions that a lot of you guys have been asking me. I hope it's helpful for us to go through this because these are very real world practical questions. And I'm looking up this information every single day as a family doctor because my patients are asking me these things too. Anyway, guys, make sure you sign up for my free health newsletter at drjencaudle.com and join my group, I Got the COVID Vaccine. I hope these questions and answers were helpful for you. Spread the word, okay? Remember, I love you guys. You are my peeps. If you've not liked and followed my page on Facebook, I invite you to do so. Also on YouTube, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do and click the little bell for updates because I do videos all the time. Guys, I love you. I will see you soon. I go live every Monday and Friday. I'll be back with new videos tomorrow.